Kawasaki Ninja 400, Bristol INVICTUS 400RR. These two entry-level sport bikes have so much things in common. Some of us might be thinking, which of these two is the better bike? Wanted to know about their similarities and differences? You gotta watch this. As we all know, Kawasaki is a well-established brand that has so much history on it, which originated in 1878. The concept of their Ninja sport bike started in 1984, and it still evolves even in today's day. On the other hand, Bristol Motorcycles was just launched in 2018. Although they're kind of new in this industry, but the way Bristol plays in the market even in a short period of time, and despite of the tight competition, they were able to build a strong impression, and the reliability of their brand is getting well known. For now, these two brands might not be considered as rivals, but their bikes? Let's find out. Both of these bikes are registered as 400cc in papers. They're both equipped with a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine, 8 valves, 4-stroke, double overhead cam, fuel-injected, 6-speed transmission. They are classified as sport touring bikes. Handlebars aren't that high, and the riding position aren't that hunched forward. Tire sizes are the same, 110/70 by 17 at front, and 150/60 by 17 at the rear. Has dual-channel ABS. Seat height is pretty much the same, 785mm for the Ninja, while 790mm for the Invictus. So, if you're around 5'3" or 5'4", you could definitely ride these bikes. Fuel consumption aren't much of a difference, approximately 30 kilometers per liter for the Ninja, and approximately 33 kilometers per liter for the Invictus. These numbers would vary depends on the situation, but those numbers are really impressive despite of their engine size. And speaking of engine size, let's now talk about some of their differences. Wait, I thought they're both 400cc. Yes, they're both 400cc on paper. But when it comes to exact engine displacement, these are the numbers. 399cc for the Ninja, while 371cc for the Invictus. Now, how it became 400cc on papers? I have no idea about that. As long as they're both allowed to go in the highway, I have no problem with that. Now, given that there's a difference when it comes to the size of the engine, it is pretty obvious that the bigger the engine, the greater the power. And with the great power comes with a great responsibility. Ninja 400 has a maximum power of 49 HP at 10,000 RPM. Maximum torque is 38 Nm at 8,000 RPM. Invictus 400RR has a maximum power of 39 HP at 10,500 RPM. Maximum torque is 29 Nm at 9,000 RPM. Ninja 400 can go 0 to 100 kph in just 4.2 seconds and has a top speed of approximately 185 km per hour. Invictus 400RR on the other hand could go 0 to 100 kph in 7 seconds, and the approximate top speed is 180 km per hour. So far, when it comes to engine performance, Ninja produces the better numbers, but so far so good for the Invictus. At least it has a better number when it comes to fuel consumption. Ninja 400 SRP is 340,900 pesos, while the Invictus 400RR is 298,000 pesos. That's 42,900 price difference. So, what else would you get with the Ninja 400? Well, aside from the bigger engine and the stronger power output, it also has an assist and slipper clutch feature, which makes the pulling of clutch lever easier. It also provides an additional stability and avoids the rear wheel from locking during hard engine braking. And most importantly, it helps in prolonging the life of the engine and transmission in terms of reducing wear and tear. Having this feature in the Ninja 400 makes its price very reasonable and worth it. Assist and slipper clutch, it is very beneficial, especially in the long run. Although Invictus 400RR doesn't have the assist and slipper clutch feature, but let me tell you something interesting about this bike. The Invictus has a higher ground clearance of 170mm compared to the 140mm of the Ninja. It is very helpful when it comes to big road humps and whenever you're riding through the rough roads and uncertain road conditions. It also has a full LED lighting system, full digital instrument panel, has a USB port, and surprisingly, The bike has a single-sided swing arm, ladies and gentlemen. That is something that we don't usually see on this segment. But there you go. Invictus 400 also has an aggressive aesthetics, and yet it also looks elegant somehow. Although appreciating the looks is kind of subjective, but I could definitely say that the overall design of the bike is very excellent. Are you guys sure this bike only costs $298,000 with a single-sided swing arm? It's over, man. That's a great value for money. Which one do you think would fit for you? Just drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, like and follow us on Facebook. This is B-Boy LMD and you're watching Respeto, Kagulong. I'll see you guys in the next one and thanks for watching.